Welcome to another Impact with AI conversation. I'm your host, Brandon Andrews. I'm excited to engage with another business impacting the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals with artificial intelligence technology. Today, I'm with the co-founders of Fridge Guide AI. Their business is impacting SDG 12, responsible consumption and production, along with a number of others. Gentlemen, welcome to the conversation.
Thanks for having us, Brandon. Happy to be here.
Yeah, so happy to have you. Okay, so let's get right into it. How is Fridge Guide AI making an impact?
Dillian?
Yeah. So with Fridge Guide AI, we aim to, our goal is to substantially reduce food waste generation through prevention, through reduction, and through reuse. Our app empowers user to say what they have in their fridge with voice AI. It will give the expiration dates for their food items. Most importantly, helping users to reduce food waste by not letting their broccoli or lettuce go, expired, and suggest them creative, unique ways to use those broccoli with AI generated recipes.
Wow. That's incredible. Lawrence, anything to add there?
Yeah, I mean, with Fridge Guide AI, what we're most excited about is the fact that a percentage of our subscription profits go to help children in need of food nourishment at schools.
Wow.
I think that in connection with the food waste aspect, we also want to help those that also need food as well. And so, what's exciting about our app is that, we've gotten some interest even from a food bank in Ohio who wants to work with us to help people directly. And so if our app can help track those expiration dates, show recipes that they can make with their food, I think that it can really make a substantial difference. And so, we're really excited about it. And there's other, of course, traction we could speak about, but I think most importantly, keeping the focus on Sustainable Development Goal 12 is our real passion behind this.
Yeah, and that's exactly where I want to go next. As you're thinking about SDG 12, responsible production and consumption, how are you directly impacting it? If we look at some of the data, we see that 17% of food is wasted when you get to the retail consumer at home space. And although, of course, there are significant discrepancies or differences between more developed countries and less developed countries in terms of the total amount of food waste, when you look at household food waste, it's actually on par around the world. So this issue of once the food is in your home, in your fridge, actually using it and making the best use of it, it seems like the data supports this being an issue really worldwide and something that your business directly speaks to. So yeah, how are you impacting SDG 12, or how do you think about the SDGs?
Yeah. Well, first of all, great stats you provided. Along with the market research we've done, it's shocking that 120 billion pounds of food waste occurs every year in the US. And along with that, it also has an economic impact of $408 billion in total loss annually. And so, these ginormous stats really show that we can make a true difference in reducing food waste. And so, I think, the main thing we think about is, there's a lot of confusion surrounding expiration dates. I think a lot of times people get confused when the label says sell by, use by, best before. It's like, what does that mean? Like, I think it's understandable that there's a lot of confusion with that. So if our app can kind of help simplify that and make it easier, we think the coolest thing about AI is that it really helps to reduce the mundane tasks. And so, that's what our app hopes to do, is to help show let's make grocery shopping easy. Let's help you create a meal that maybe you're tired of making, the salmon and Dillian's broccoli again. So it's, it's something that, we want to try showing different opportunities with that. And so, with reducing food waste, I think Dillian can actually touch upon something we're very excited about with a potential partnership with this company called Yopla.
Yeah, would
Yeah,
love to
yeah,
hear
yeah.
about it, Dylan.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Thanks, Lawrence. Yeah. So, I mean, in addition to kind of getting the expiration dates, and we're going to notify users via push notifications when their food is about to expire. We want to make it even more global. We want to send out maybe email reports, and we're partnering with a company called Yopla uh, that gathers analytics on food waste, like the carbon footprint emissions, CO2
Mhm.
emissions, and the energy consumption. So it really does track from farm to table and to the end result for a food, kind of gamifying the user's expectations, seeing their impact on the environment, and hopefully with that information, inspiring them to to achieve better results.
Well, I'm excited about playing the food game. As someone who I live by myself, and so I do like to cook, but I don't always know what to make, or always feel like I have time. So would love more suggestions there, and then if there's a way to gamify it and make it a little fun, that sounds even better. So let's dig in a little bit more into the AI. How exactly are you using AI to create the impact with Fridge Guide AI?
Certainly. So AI is at the core of it. We were built with that in mind.
Hmm.
Everything from, like I said, the voice dictation, where you could just simply read it as if I'm talking to you, Brandon, and I could just say, "Hey, I went to the grocery store and I bought 5 broccoli, 3 Brussels sprouts, etc. Beyond Meat." And then AI will just kind of filter that and make it a seamless integration and a seamless way to input your grocery.
Hmm.
To what we're doing right now is receipt scanning, where you could simply take a receipt, we'll upload it to AI. We use Open Replicate amongst other providers, and we spell it out in our code of ethics quite responsibly, because we want, at the forefront, privacy is at the forefront of our company. We
Hmm.
want to spell out to a T how we use it, but everything from AI, a voice AI, to recipe generation, to even the image creation following the recipes and the grocery items.
Wow. And how did you all get connected to AI? Why did you think AI would be a good solution or help you solve the problem that you identified?
Well, it's a personal story, Brandon, but Delaney and I aren't just business partners. We're actually also romantic partners. We met through a dating app, and we were at a farmer's market buying Brussels sprouts. And
Mhm.
we thought to ourselves, like, we don't know what at home is fresh to use. We don't know, what to cook with this. So we used
Yeah.
ChatGPT. We were like, okay, like, what can we make with this? And it popped up a
Hmm.
recipe just like that. So we're like, what if we simplified it? What if we created an app to use the AI to help us
Yeah.
make things easier? And so really it's interesting because for me, I love to cook and I love to try new things. And so the recipe portion was exciting for me, but I think Delaney can kind of speak on how the grocery management aspect was also important for him.
And and let me just add that stir fry that we made was delicious. So thank you. Um,
It was pretty good.
yeah. Yeah, as someone that for me, as someone diagnosed with ADHD, that incident with the lettuce or broccoli going bad, unfortunately, that has kind of come up more and more times than I'd even like to admit. And
Hmm.
so I wanted, because I'm a software engineer by trade, and AI was kind of at the forefront. I saw this project actually originating from college, from my college days, where I kind of had a similar idea. Input your groceries manually, input your groceries, search an API of recipes. And fast forward to today, where we can use AI to reduce the mundane tasks, add in the groceries for us, fetch the expiration dates to make grocery management not only seamless instead of daunting, but just even fun. Uh,
Yeah, well, that's a great story. And I think some of the best businesses come from people having a point of friction or having a problem in their daily lives and saying, let's find a solution, scaling that solution and building something that can have an impact for others. Okay, so final question here, and this is the big one. We know a lot of great work has happened on the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals since they were launched. As we get closer to 2030, the reality is too many of them are behind. AI has significant power to provide efficiencies and to really supercharge a number of industries. So here's the big question. Do you believe AI can rescue the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals?
I think if I were to think about it, Brandon, I would think yes. I think it could. I think though under one caveat. I think the caveat is that it has to be practical and it has to be, something that people in their daily lives can use, something that they feel comfortable with. And really, a lot of times, for me personally, I get a little intimidated by robotics, but even when I was at the conference and I saw, the capability of some of these products, it was amazing because there was even one out there that was helping to clean the coral reefs. And it was something that I thought was like, wow, that's something I could see making a true difference. And it didn't seem scary, especially upon investigation. And so, yeah, I do think it can make a true difference.
Good stuff. Well, thank you again for solving this problem that you experienced and starting Fridge Guide AI. I'd love to know before you go, how can people contact you? How can they support the business? How can they download Fridge Guide?
The App Store, the app is on the App Store. It was released a month ago. So you can download it at Fridge Guide AI, or you can go on our website at fridgeguide.ai. That's fridgeguide.ai, or any of our socials, Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, and all the rest.
Well, that sounds great. I'm excited to download it and try it out myself, as I'm sure a lot of other people will be. Thank you again for joining us for today's Impact with AI SDG conversation. Excited about what you're building and looking forward to seeing you and your business continue to grow.
Thank you, Brandon. Thanks for having us.